When you can talk about your day, you are already using English in a practical and meaningful way. Now I want you to take the next step and add your feelings into your routine. Think carefully about how you feel during your day. You can say, I feel tired. I feel happy. I feel busy. Now you say your own sentence. I feel and you're feeling. This simple step adds emotion to your English and makes your speaking more real and personal. Now connect your action and your feeling together. For example, I work and I feel busy. I relax and I feel happy. Now you try your own version. Speak at least 2 sentences clearly. This is how your English becomes more expressive and natural. Let me ask you something important. Does this feel easier than learning long grammar rules? The answer is usually yes, because this method is natural. You are learning like a human, not like a machine. You are connecting language with your life, and that is why it works. Now, I want you to do a small challenge. Speak about your day for a few seconds without stopping. Start from your morning and continue until your evening. Do not worry about perfection. Just keep speaking. Speak slowly, but keep going. Let your ideas come one by one. This is how fluency starts, not with speed, but with continuous expression. As you finish, feel the difference. You are not the same person who started earlier. You are more active, more confident, and more connected with English. This is what happens when you practice in a real way. Before you move forward, say this sentence with belief. I can speak about my daily life in English. Now say it again stronger. I can speak about my daily life in English. This is your new ability, and it will grow with every practice. Keep this habit with you. Speak about your day every day. Even if you are alone, speak. Even if your sentences are simple, speak. Because every time you speak, you are building your future step by step. Chapter 4. Ask simple questions. Start real communication. Real communication begins the moment you stop speaking only about yourself and start connecting with other people. This shift is powerful because language is not only for expression, it is also for interaction. When you can ask simple questions, you open doors to conversation, understanding, and confidence. You are no longer speaking alone. You are creating a connection. At this stage, your focus is not to ask perfect questions. Your focus is to ask clear and simple questions that help you communicate. Many learners hesitate here because they think questions are difficult. But the truth is very different. Simple questions are enough to start real conversations. And simple questions are what people use every day. Let us begin with a very basic and useful question. Say this clearly. What is this? Say it again slowly. What is this? Now imagine you are holding an object or looking at something near you. Ask the question again. What is this? This question is powerful because it helps you learn about the world around you. Now you will practice actively. Look around you and choose one object. Ask the question in your own voice. What is this? Then answer it yourself. This is a phone or this is a book. Now you try. Ask and answer. Do not stay silent. This is how learning becomes real. Let us move to another important question. Where are you? Say it clearly. Where are you? Now answer it. I am at home. I am in my room. Now you try both parts. Ask the question and answer it. This is how conversations begin, even if you are practicing alone. Now notice something important. When you ask a question and answer it, you are training both sides of communication. You are becoming both the speaker and the listener. This is a powerful method because it prepares you for real situations. Let us build more questions step by step. Say this question. What do you do? Say it again with clarity. What do you do? Now, answer it in a simple way. I am a student. I work. I learn English. Now, you try. Ask the question and answer it in your own way. This is how you talk about identity and activity. Now we will make your questions more natural. Combine two ideas. Ask a question and then ask another related question. For example, what do you do? Where do you work? Now you try something similar. Ask two questions one after another. This helps you continue a conversation instead of stopping after one sentence. Let us practice a small conversation. Let us practice a small conversation. You will ask and answer step by step. Say, what is your name? Then answer. My name is, and your name? Now continue. Where are you from? Answer, I am from your place. Now you try the full flow. Ask and answer both questions. Speak clearly and keep your voice steady. Pause for a moment and feel this experience. You are not just speaking sentences anymore. You are creating a conversation. Even if it is simple, it is real. This is how confidence grows, when you feel that you can interact. Now let us move to a slightly deeper level. Ask about preferences. Say this question. What do you like? Say it again. What do you like? Now answer it. I like music. I like learning English. Now you try. Ask and answer. This question helps you connect with others on a personal level. Let us expand your thinking. Ask a question that needs a longer answer. Say, why do you learn English? Say it clearly. Why do you learn English? Now answer it in a simple way. I learn English because I want to speak. I learn English because I want a better future. Now you try your own answer. This is a complex sentence because you are adding a reason, and this makes your English stronger. Now notice the difference. Simple sentences help you start, but when you add reasons, your communication becomes deeper. You are not just speaking, you are explaining. Let us build a stronger conversation. Ask and answer multiple questions in one flow. For example, what is your name? My name is Ali. Where are you from? I am from Manchester. What do you do? I am a student. What do you like? I like music. Now you try your version. Speak all parts without stopping. This is your personal conversation. Take a moment and think about your progress. You are now asking questions, answering them, and continuing the flow. This is real communication. This is what people do in everyday life. Now let us focus on listening and reacting. Imagine someone asks you a question. You need to understand it and respond. I will say a question, and you will answer it. What is your favorite food? Now answer. My favorite food is, and your choice. Speak it clearly. This is how you respond naturally. Let us try another one. Where do you go every day? Answer it. I go to and your place. Now you try. This is how you talk about your routine in response to a question. Now we will combine questions and statements. Ask a question, then give extra information. For example, what do you do? I am a student and I study every day. Now you try, ask, and answer, then add one more detail. This makes your English more complete and natural. Let me ask you something important. Do you feel that asking questions is helping you think more in English? This is because questions force your brain to work actively. You are not just repeating sentences. You are creating them based on meaning. Now, I want you to practice freely. Ask yourself 3 questions and answer them. Choose any questions you like. Speak them in your voice. Do not rush. Think then speak. This is your moment to practice real communication. Take a deep breath and begin. Ask your first question, then answer it. Continue with the second and third. Keep your voice steady. This is how fluency begins, with practice that feels real. Wow, wow. As you finish, notice how your confidence has changed. You are no longer limited to statements. You can ask, respond, and continue. This is a big step forward. Before you move on, say this sentence with confidence. I can ask and answer questions in English. Now say it again stronger. I can ask and answer questions in English. This is your new ability, and it will grow every time you use it. Keep this habit with you. Ask questions in your daily life. Even if you are alone, ask and answer, because every question you ask brings you closer to real communication, and every answer you give makes your English stronger. Now you try your version. Speak a longer sentence with connected ideas. This builds your fluency step by step and helps your voice become more natural. At this point, your English is changing in an important way. You are not speaking in broken parts anymore. You are speaking in connected ideas. This is how real speakers communicate in everyday life. Now I want you to reflect on your progress carefully. In the beginning, you spoke one sentence at a time, slowly, and with pauses. Now you are connecting multiple sentences and speaking in a flow that feels smoother and more confident. This is a big change, and it clearly shows your growth. Let us do one final practice. Speak about your daily life and your goals in one continuous flow. Do not stop. Do not worry about perfection. Focus on your rhythm and your connection. Take a deep breath and begin. Speak slowly, but keep your voice steady and clear. This is your moment to practice fluency in a real way. As you finish, notice how your speaking feels. It is smoother, more connected, and more confident than before. This is what happens when you practice flow regularly. Before you continue, say this sentence with confidence. I can speak smoothly in English. Now say it again, stronger and with belief. I can speak smoothly in English. This is your new ability, and it will grow every time you practice. Keep this habit in your daily life. Speak in connected sentences. Use simple words, but keep your flow alive. Because every time you speak smoothly, your confidence grows, and every time your confidence grows, your English becomes stronger and more natural. Chapter 11. Real-life situations. Speak anywhere. A learner reaches an important level when English becomes useful not only in practice, but also in real situations that can happen anywhere. This is where speaking begins to feel practical, valuable, and deeply connected to life outside the lesson. Up to this point, you have built your voice carefully and step by step. You have learned to speak about yourself, describe your daily life, ask questions, give stronger answers, think more directly in English, reduce fear, create small conversations, expand your ideas, and build a smoother flow. Now your English must become ready for movement, for people, for unexpected moments, and for the world outside your comfort zone. When you can use English in real-life situations, even in simple ways, your confidence changes completely. You no longer feel like someone who is only learning. You begin to feel like someone who can use the language when it matters. Real-life speaking does not mean using difficult English. It means using clear English at the right moment. Many learners imagine that real communication requires advanced grammar, long vocabulary lists, and perfect pronunciation, but that belief creates unnecessary pressure. In reality, daily life usually depends on short exchanges, simple questions, clear replies, and calm confidence. A person asks for help. Another person answers. A traveler needs direction. A worker explains something. A customer asks the price. A new person introduces themselves. A visitor asks where to go. These situations are normal, human, and very practical. So the goal here is not to sound impressive. The goal is to be understood, stay calm, and keep speaking. Consider a very common situation. You are outside and you need help finding a place. You do not need a complicated speech. You need a clear question. Where is the bus stop? Where is the station? Where is the hospital? These are simple patterns, but they are powerful because they can help you in real life. Now imagine that someone answers you. It is near the road. It is next to the shop. It is behind the building. You listen, understand, and continue. Thank you. This small exchange may look basic, but it is real communication. Now speak it as if you are truly there. Where is the station? It is near the market. Thank you. Say it again with a steady voice and feel how practical this English is. It is not distant. It is useful. Now think about another everyday situation. You enter a shop or a store and want to buy something. Again, you do not need advanced language. You need useful language. How much is this? I want this. Do you have water? Do you have a black bag? These are real questions for real moments. Now imagine the answers. It is $5. Yes, we have it. No, we do not have it. Here it is. Now create a small conversation in your mind. Do you have tea? Yes, we do. How much is it? It is $2. I want it. Thank you. This is how English works in life. One sentence opens the conversation, another sentence moves it forward, and a calm voice keeps it alive. A very important real-life situation is meeting a new person. This can happen at work, during travel, in a class, or even in a simple daily moment. Many learners feel nervous here because introductions feel personal and personal moments create pressure. But the truth is simple. A strong introduction does not need many words. Hello, my name is Ahmed. I am from the United Kingdom. I am learning English. It is nice to meet you. These sentences are enough to begin a human connection. If the other person asks a question, you answer with simple confidence. What do you do? I am a student. I work in a shop. I teach children. Where are you from? I am from Manchester. These are not difficult sentences, but they are powerful because they help you enter the world instead of hiding from it. Now let us move to a situation that many learners care about deeply, speaking in a work environment. This does not always mean a formal office. Work can be a shop, a business, a service place, a school, a home business, or any place where responsibility exists. In these spaces, English often needs to be clear, polite, and direct. For example, you may need to say, I need help. I finished the work. Please wait a moment. Can you explain this? I understand. I do not understand. These sentences may look small, yet they carry real power because they protect communication and reduce confusion. A person who can say, I do not understand, please explain again, is not weak. That person is active, clear, and serious about understanding. Now say it clearly. I do not understand. Please explain again. Say it once more with calm confidence. This is not just language. This is control in a real moment. Travel is another situation where English becomes extremely practical. Imagine that you are in an airport, on a bus, at a ticket counter, or in a hotel. You may need to ask, where is gate 5? What time does the bus leave? I need a room. I have a reservation. Can you help me? These questions are short, but they can solve real problems. Now imagine the replies. It leaves at 6:00. Your room is upstairs. Gate 5 is on the left. Please wait here. When you practice these exchanges, your mind becomes more prepared. Then if a real moment comes, you do not freeze so easily because your brain has already experienced the situation. Another important real-life moment is asking for help when something goes wrong. This is where calm English matters even more. You may need to say, I lost my bag. I need help. My phone is not working. I cannot find this place. Please help me. These sentences are simple, but in real situations, they become very important. A learner must understand that useful English is not only about easy moments. It also helps when life becomes confusing, urgent, or stressful. This is why practicing real situations matters so much. It prepares your voice not only for normal conversation, but also for moments when clear communication can guide you or save time and energy. Let us now think about social situations that are softer and more personal. You may want to invite someone, respond politely, or continue a conversation in a friendly way. For example, would you like tea? Yes, thank you. No, thank you. Please sit here. It is nice to talk to you. How was your day? My day was busy, but good. These are warm and human expressions. They make your English feel alive because real language is not only about information, it is also about tone, kindness, respect, and connection. A learner who can say simple, polite sentences can sound more natural than someone who knows difficult grammar but speaks with fear. Now take a moment and notice the deeper lesson. Real-life English is not one big thing. It is many small things used at the right time. A question in a shop, a reply at work, a request during travel, a polite sentence in conversation, a clear explanation when something is confusing. This is why practical English grows so well through situations. Situations give meaning to words and make language easier to remember because your brain connects each sentence with a real need. At this stage, it is very helpful to imagine situations and speak through them actively. For example, imagine you are asking for directions. Speak both sides. Excuse me, where is the bank? It is near the post office. Thank you. Now imagine you are buying something. How much is this shirt? It is $10. I like it. I want it. Now imagine you are meeting a new person. Hello, my name is Sarah. I am from London. Nice to meet you. The more you do this, the more prepared your speaking becomes. You are not waiting for life to surprise you. You are training your voice to respond. There is another important point you must understand. In real situations, people do not expect perfect English from learners. They usually respond to clarity, confidence, and effort. If your sentence is simple but clear, communication can still work well. If your grammar is not perfect but your message is understandable, the conversation can still continue. So do not put unnecessary pressure on yourself. Real communication is often easier than the fear in your mind. Now it is time to make this personal. Think about 3 real-life situations that matter to you. Maybe travel, work, shopping, study, or meeting new people. Choose those situations and speak short conversations for each one. Use simple English, but make it real. Ask a question, give an answer, add one more line, and continue the exchange. Do this slowly, but stay active. Let your voice work and let your mind build the situation. This practice is very powerful because it turns English from knowledge into readiness. As you speak through these moments, you may notice something changing inside you. The language feels less like a subject and more like a tool you can use. That feeling matters because it changes how yourself. Before you finish, say this sentence with belief. I can use English in real life. Now say it again with more strength. I can use English in real life. This reflects a real shift. You are not only learning English, you are preparing to use it. Chapter 12. You are a speaker. Your new identity. There comes a moment in every learning journey when effort becomes identity. Up to now, you have practiced step by step. You have spoken simple sentences, asked questions, answered with confidence, described your life, reduced fear, built conversations, and learned to think in English. These were not separate lessons. They were parts of a bigger transformation. Now, something important has changed. You are no longer a passive learner. You are someone who can use English actively, even with simple words, and that is the foundation of real fluency. In the beginning, many people feel doubt and hesitation. They think English is difficult. They watch others speak and feel far behind. They try to memorize rules, but their voice stays silent. What you have done is different. You used your voice from the beginning. You practiced actively, not passively. That decision has changed your ability. When you speak early, even with mistakes, your brain builds faster connections. You started with simple expressions, then daily actions, then questions and answers, then thinking in English, then reducing fear, then building conversations, improving flow, and using English in real situations. This was a clear system, and each step helped the next one. That is why your speaking feels easier now. The change is not only in your words, it is in your habits, your thinking, and your confidence. Many learners think fluency means perfect English with no mistakes. This idea creates pressure. Real fluency means expressing your ideas clearly, responding to situations, and continuing to speak even with simple language. Progress and consistency matter more than perfection. Now your identity begins to change. Instead of saying I am learning English, you begin to say I use English. This small change affects your actions. A learner waits. A user acts. A learner fears mistakes. A user accepts them. When yourself as a speaker, your confidence becomes stronger and more stable. But remember, your progress will continue only if you stay active. Language grows through use, not observation. Speak daily, describe your surroundings, express your thoughts, and respond to situations. Even small daily practice can create big results over time. Now take a moment and speak about yourself. Say who you are, what you do, what you like, and what you want. Speak calmly and naturally. This is not a test. This is your real ability. After you finish, reflect on your journey. You started with simple words and now you can express connected ideas. You moved from silence to speaking. That is real progress. Finally, look ahead. Your English will keep growing if you stay active, consistent, and patient. Use English in your daily life. Let it become part of your thinking. Now say this clearly. I am a speaker of English. Say it again with strength. I am a speaker of English. This is your new identity. This journey does not end here. It continues with every sentence you speak, every idea you share, and every situation you handle. Stay active, stay confident, and keep moving forward. You stayed, you practiced, and you used your voice. That already makes a difference. Most people watch and forget, but you acted, and that is why your English is changing. Do not stop here. Keep speaking every day. Keep thinking in English. Keep expressing yourself. Your confidence will continue to grow. Thank you for learning and for trusting the process. Most importantly, thank you for taking action. See you in the next powerful lesson.